Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, Wednesday, February 15th. I'm going to probably keep this kind of short because I'm still a little jacked up, y'all. You're going to hear, I'm sure you hear it now, and I'll start coughing in a minute. Anyway, it started by Marshall overcame his fears and he did perform at the wedding. He did a clarinet solo pretty much, and he sounded really well, and he did really well. So that was really good. Then we had some definite action today. Let me get with Sam and Dante. Sam convinces Dante to go back to the pub. The chick who's really Maggie is now trying to go to London. I think she's trying to get to the States to help Esme. Excuse me, to help Esme or to go find out about Esme. So Dante sees her as she's coming out of the pub with her suitcase. Now, mind you, she stuffed her bag full of the letters that Esme wrote, and she took some money from the cash register. So we'll see what happens. Dante and Sam will probably convince her to come back to Port Charles with them. That's probably what's going to happen. We have Heather kind of taunting Ryan and really trying to get him riled up. And then once he did spring up out of that chair and pushed her against the wall and put that knife against her neck because she's telling him he's living in a dreamland. If he thinks Ava is going to want to come with him, which he really is. I don't get it, Ryan. That's not going to happen. So she goes, there you are. And this is the Ryan Chamberlain that we know and love. And she goes, be ready to spring into action later. So Heather is in the day room with Esme, and they're telling them lights are going to be out in a few. And so Heather says, I'll take her to a room, which, let's face it, when do they let roommates take other roommates to their room? But okay. So Esme's like, this isn't the way to my room. And Heather's like, this is a shortcut. So they run into a guard, and the guard is like, what are you two doing back here? And Esme's like, she brought me back here, you know? And Heather's like, oh, we probably got turned around. So the guard reaches for Heather and she kind of pulls away, saying, you don't have to be rough. And then the keys that were in her pocket fall out. So the guard is like, how did you get these? She goes, I found these in the day room. Are they important? So he's getting ready to probably take her to the warden, right? And guess who gets stabbed in the back with that shiv that Heather gave? Ryan stabbed the guard. Now, the thing in Ryan's defense, the guard don't know who did it because it came from behind. And everybody thinks Ryan is a shut-in, you know, can't even move unless, well, until they go into his room and see the chair empty, right? And he's not in there, then they'll know, oh, I guess he could walk and or run. So that was pretty good and pretty interesting. And then we have Trina and Spencer. You know, Jordan and Curtis, everybody's, well, not everybody, but Jordan was like, where's Trina? Because she was supposed to make a big toast and she was nowhere to be found. So then Elizabeth makes some toast and, you know, Trina's like, I wonder where Portia's like, I wonder where is Trina? So Josh says, she goes, Jocelyn, do you know where Trina is? And Jocelyn says, oh, I'm sorry. She said she needed to get some air. I should have told you that earlier. And Portia's like, okay. She and Spencer were going to get some air. With the hook killer around, you know, yeah, let's go get some air, even though they really didn't. They were up in Stella's room. So Portia's had a worried look on her face like something's going on. I feel it in my bones, right? So they cut the cake and no Trina. So now it's time to toss the bouquet. And Jocelyn is like, look, are you gonna toss the bouquet? And she goes, well, there's still no Trina. She goes, but you know what? I don't want Trina to catch it anyway. So yeah. So she tosses the bouquet, but before the bouquet toss, Trina and Spencer are up in Stella's room. And in Stella's room, Stella's telling her that, she couldn't in all conscience be at that wedding. And Trina's like, what do you mean with all conscience? She says, there's something your mother needs to tell Curtis and needs to tell you. And so Trina's like, well, why can't you tell me? And she goes, because it's not for me to tell. This is for your mother to tell. And so she says, and it's going to be hard for you to hear. She says, and she looks at Spencer. She goes, be there, take care of your friend. And he's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. So she goes, now, get the answers from your mother. She says, can I hug you? Because you are family now. So then, no, so she goes, well, I'm family. You could tell me. So Stella's like, yes, you are family, but this is for your mother to tell. So Trina let Stella hug her, and now she's going down to get answers. And as she's walking back into the room, that's where the bouquet lands at her feet. And so she's looking at her mother, and Portia's looking at her. She goes, Trina, we've been looking for you. And Trina goes, and I'm looking for answers. And so Portia just looks at her. Now, it's going to be good. Actually, tomorrow's, excuse me, everybody. Let me pause this for a quick minute. Everybody sees my nice little pink nose. So we know Friday is really probably when the nuts and bolts will happen. But they're going to end up clearing the room. But Curtis, Portia, and actually, she better have Taggart there because this definitely involves him. Spencer may have to wait outside, but he'll be there for Trina, or Trina might say, no, he's staying with me. Whatever, we don't know. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, this is not even worth mentioning, but I'm going to mention it. Ava was trying to just see, she will take anything. Carly dropped a napkin on the floor and Drew picked it up and gave it to her. What do you think that means? Right? That's just an example. Because she's telling Ava, they're trying hard to keep, their friendship or relationship a secret. And Ava looks at her like, and she goes, so Nina's like, Carly never does nothing without an agenda. What do you think that's about? And Ava in her mind's thinking, I killed my ex-husband. I could care less what that's about. And so Ava said, people keep things secret for sometimes reasons only they understand. I couldn't tell you, Nina. I am not the person to talk about relationships. She goes, because I tell you what, Nicholas Cassadine would have been better never coming back to town. And so Nina realized, wait a minute, oh, okay, you know what? My friend is hurting. She's getting a divorce and she's at a wedding, so Nina got off of there. But do you see that complete and utter? She can't even spell her name without spelling Carly first. Nina's ridiculous. Seriously, everybody. So that's pretty much all. I had to do a condensed version because you all can hear me, right? Now we have 44 comments on Comment Corner. And I'm going to tell you, everybody, I love the comments on Comment Corner. They were phenomenal. They're great. Please, daily recap, folks, go back and read everybody's comments and kind of pretend I'm reading them in my own voice, because I really honestly cannot make it through Comment Corner tonight. But there were some phenomenal comments, and I want to thank each and every one of you. Let's hope I am feeling better tomorrow. Excuse me. But feeling better or not, I will muddle through a daily recap, y'all. But anyway, I will be back tomorrow.